The vision of the majority of capital stewardship campaigns is focused on a building. The problem with that vision is that when the building is complete, the vision ends. The vision of a call to victory and of our pastor extends far beyond a new building. It extends into Loganville and around the world. Victory Baptist Church exists to provide a method or a means to minister to every member of our community with the message of the gospel. The new building is a method. Our ministries are the means. Allow our members to tell you about a few of the ministries here at Victory Baptist Church.
Well, the preaching ministry is probably I guess what you call the showcase ministry of the whole church, because it's what most people see when they come to church. The preaching ministry is the area of ministry that preludes worship. It's what brings people into an air of and an atmosphere of worship. It's what deals with the will of man.
Pastor's Prayer Team is a ministry that helps our pastor and our church in many ways. It's really got three purposes. Number one is to pray for our pastor. It's done daily by a group of people that commit themselves to being partners throughout each month. We change partners every month. It's also not only to pray for our pastor, but to pray for our church members. Also, things that might come up during the period of that month that the pastor might want us to pray for. It also helps our pastor as we get closer to meeting the methods and the means of this campaign, the vision on what needs to be done on 88 Brand Road, with a building project or whichever way the Lord leads our pastor.
We have two boys in the teen department, Andrew and Aaron. They're the reasons that we started visiting Victory. We started coming on Wednesday night, and they thoroughly enjoyed the teen group immediately. It was kind of like, a Wednesday would come and I didn't have to go and say, do you still want to go over to Victory tonight? And for me to see how they've risen to areas that I never dreamed they would rise to.
Music ministry here, to me, I praise the Lord for it. My family, Esther and I, are celebrating 10 years here at Victory and 10 years in the music ministry. I can remember the first night we came in, the first day we came in and visited. First thing we heard or saw from this church was the choir. And I still remember the first song they sang, I'll Go. I was ready to join after that. Immediately I grabbed the little sheet of paper that was in the pew ahead. Are you interested in joining? Because the choir was just incredible. And the music that came from them, and you could tell that they meant what they sang. And the focus is, obviously on parts and the songs, but it's on who's going to be here to listen to it. And focus is getting unsaved here.
Well, I love the seniors ministry, and I love our Sunday school class, and it's been a lifeline for me this past year, and it just, with the Sunday school teacher, Brother Clinton, and we have the fellowship, and praise the Lord that we have a pastor that really cares, because not every church has a caring pastor for seniors especially. They're kind of left by the wayside, but not here.
Reformers Unanimous is a faith-based addictions program, but it's so much more. It's probably the best discipleship program on the market today. This is a family program. It's not only for the person with the addiction, but it's for those who are affected by addictions. And it's just a remarkable program that will change lives.
Awana stands for approved workmen are not ashamed, and the key verse is
2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved to God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. 2 Timothy 2:15.
And one of the brochures that we hand out to our parents is children are our future, and children are our future. They're the ones that are going to be running the church 10 to 15 to 20 years from now. And Awana is all about Bible memorization. If they start at the very beginning and go through T&T, they'll memorize over 1,000 verses in those years.
A new building. Well, number one, we could fit more people up in the choir. And orchestra. And we can't leave the orchestra out. What a vital part they are. And we're growing, you know, and to have a new building and you know, 20, 30 more people up in the choir at least, and more orchestra. Wow, that would be awesome.
Well, it really would mean a lot because we have to move out while the choir moves in, and we're not quite ready to move out sometimes. And that would be good, and it would be so good to have a new building with a shelter or a, you know, where you could drive up and get out and not get wet. And
in meeting the new building, this program is growing so fast, so fast. We were talking earlier, just Friday night, you know, with the children, it's not just the adults that we work with, it's also the teens, it's also these young children. Everybody is affected by a stronghold in the family, everybody. It's not just the person that stronghold has a hold of. And to be able to train the child and teach the child how to walk with God, not just to say your prayers at night and be good, but how to walk with God, will change everything in that family all the way up. And we need the facility for that. We need that. We have a crying country, and it is totally out of control.
It'll mean a bigger game time circle.
Yeah, okay.
We've had to scale our circle way down because the room's just not big enough for the original size. So, and of course even in our classes, we meet in trailers, so it will mean a lot for our Awana ministry.
You've heard the testimony now of several of our members stating the impact that this ministry had upon their lives, on the lives of their family. These ministries are a few of the methods that we use to minister to our community and the world with the message of the gospel. What we need now is a means. That's why we need a new facility to minister to more people and to reach out to more families in our community and the world with the message of the gospel.